JavaScript has evolved tremendously and there's almost no way around it. It's good to know one or two hacks that make your developer's life a bit easier. Let's start with something simple. Of course, console log is nothing new to you. For a long time I simply used console log and then just entered the object I wanted to see. It was already a relief when I found out that you could enter a label in front of an object. That's not a big deal, of course, but logging in the console evolved. Recently I had to optimize the performance of an application. Instead of creating a date object and calculating the time with that, you can simply use console.time. With console.time and a describing label, you start a timer. With console.time log, you can log the current time, and with console.time and, you end the timer and display the elapsed time. Pretty neat. Apart from logging the elapsed time, I found another function useful, which is console.table. It's not unlikely that you get data from a service call that you want to display in the console. If said data is an array of objects with the same properties, you can display them as a table. Better overview, easier debugging. Next is the spread syntax. In essence, it's 3 periods followed by an object or array. You can use this expression wherever an arbitrary number of arguments or elements are expected. Let's use this multiplication example. The function expects 3 arguments, but we can also give it an array of 3 numbers. We can still call the function with a spread operator and see the correct result. Another useful feature is to extract unique values from an array. Let's say we have an array of names or numbers. With a spread operator and the type set, we can return only the unique numbers or names. Another example would be to add properties to an object. Instead of adding properties line by line, we can kind of override the given object with the added properties and the spread operator. In our case, Batman gets a first and a last name. We can do the same to append further elements to an array. Instead of using push to add elements, the 3 periods do the job and Batman joins the club of superheroes. It's not unlikely that you have multidimensional arrays that you want to flatten. It's pretty easy to do that with the flat method. Here we have 2 arrays of superheroes inside another. With flat, we have one array with all the heroes on one level. It's important to mention that flat only flattens the first level. If you've got deeper nested arrays, you can pass the number of levels to the method, or you simply pass infinity to flatten all levels. Short circuiting is nice, but should be used with care because it can be hard to read. In essence, you can shorten a simple if statement that results in calling another function. Let's say you are Batman and you want to shout it out to the world. The function below does exactly that, but with short circuiting, you can do this in one single line, meaning check if you're Batman and if so, tell everyone. Template literals are a great way to use variables in your string. In the past, you might have built your string with lots of plus symbols, added the variable, then added another string, and so on. With template literals, you can use backticks and then the $sign followed by curly brackets to have one complete and readable statement for your string. As a developer, you have to use loops a lot, obviously. With the methods filter, map and reduce, you can leave the for loops aside and manipulate your data in one single line. We start with filter. As the name implies, it filters elements of an array. In this example, we've got heroes from Marvel and DC. If we only want to see the Marvel heroes, we can use filter like that. The function map grabs every single element of an array and executes the given expression with that element. For instance, we can add the team property to our Marvel heroes. In our case, they are all part of the Avengers. If we had an array of numbers, we could multiply every number with itself and the results are stored in a new array. Last not least is reduce. With reduce, we can execute an expression on all the numbers of the array. In this example, we pass an accumulator and the current value of the array. The accumulator is the current result of the whole expression, and current value is the single value the function is working on right now. This means we multiply each element with the next of the array, 2 times 4 times 6 times 8. That's it. Short but hopefully very useful. Thank you very much for watching, and please like and subscribe for more content like this. I really appreciate it. Happy coding, take care.